Today on the Cardinal Sports Network, your Lawrence Cardinals will be taking on the West Windsor-Plainsboro North Northern Knights. Let's send it out to the field now for the game.
And, looks like it's just about time for baseball here for the Cardinals. And first pitch should be on its way shortly.
4:05 start is going to be the start time today. Rossi, Chi, and Kulkarni are going to be up here as we begin the top of the first inning here from Lawrence High School. In case you're just tuning in, still 0-0, so that means the Bears are winning. I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I'm not going to lie. Definitely one of the greatest movies of all time. But Robert Rossi, the shortstop, steps in the batter's box for the first time today, and he's immediately going to drive one all the way to Riley Rivera. So the F4 will start off the game here as the count is quickly 1 out.
Yeah, quick start right there for the game as we had Robert Rossi swinging at the first pitch and it being a liner right to the second baseman, Riley Rivera, and it's a little swagger dive for him getting the play in.
That's going to be a great breaking ball just in the zone to Matthew Chi, who's playing center field here this afternoon. Chi, his stats read like this. He's got a batting average of .316 as Deacon Moore kicks and deals towards Dobkin. That's going to be high and away, but they're going to call it a strike. So Chi quickly going down in the count, 0-2. He's batting .316 this season with 6 hits at 19 at-bats. He's got 3 RBIs, 1 single, as he's going to take one high and outside. They'll get a ball on the count, 1-2.
Yeah, it seemed like they might have been able to call that ball right there as well, off calling the pitch prior to that one. So both look like pretty similar balls in the zone. So I guess we'll see what the next pitch here by Moore is.
Here's the 1-2. That's going to be fouled up into the cage, and the count will remain 1-2. On deck here for the Knights is going to be the left fielder, number 13, Jahan Kulkarni. He's batting an even .444, the 4-for-4 meal, as my fraternity brother, Matt Faleska, loves to have. But anyway, here's the 1-2 from Deacon Moore. Beautiful slider outside. They're going to even up the count at 2-2.
Hey, you can never go wrong with the 4-for-4, though.
Hey, I had some bacon pub fries on the ride over here. Rowdy University's Wendy's store. Here's a 2-2. That's going to be a chopper down the third base line, going foul. The count remains 2-2. Now, what do you think what do you think? So, what do you think is better, McDonald's, Wendy's, or Burger King?
McDonald's, Wendy's, or Burger King. Personally, I got tired of eating Wendy's just because it's been at school for such a long time. So I'll probably go with the McDonald's.
I wish they had a Chick-fil-A at school, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
As Chi is going to go down swinging, so that's another strikeout for Deacon Moore. And quickly 2 outs on the board here for the Knights as Kulkarni steps in the batter's box for his inaugural at-bat of the afternoon.
Yeah, huge swing and a miss by Matt Chi.
I don't even know what he's swinging at.
By Deacon Moore, as we saw there on the mound. Like you just said, he don't know what he's swinging at. And here we go. Deacon Moore is just on the mound pumping.
That's going to be a great fastball. A little up in the zone, but Kulkarni was going to be able to swing at that as Kulkarni stands at about 6'1", maybe 6 even. It's a big lad in the batter's box, right-handed batter versus the right-handed pitcher. That's going to be popped high in the air. And, it's going to be dropped there by Aiden Crowley. It's going to be fair. And Kulkarni definitely hit Crowley on his way there, went out of his way on the base path. But he's going to be called safe at first. Jim Mayer going to have a talk with the home plate umpire about that.
Seems like there's just a little discussion about if the runner got in the way of the player right there trying to catch the ball, and a little player interference. They're discussing it right now if he was in the correct line of play that he could run on, and that seems like they're discussing, and it seems like he's going to stay there at first base with the hit. It might be called.
They're going to call that an E3 on Crowley, which I don't agree with that personally, because Kulkarni definitely ran into Crowley on the base path. But It's a man on base, Kulkarni on first. Now in the batter's box is going to be Connor Sataraju. He's going to foul one along the third base line. He'll quickly go down on the count 1-0, or 0-1 rather. But yeah, I don't agree with that call, but hey, you got 2 outs. It's still the top of the first inning. Plenty of baseball to go, Chris.
Yeah, plenty of baseball to go. It's just the beginning of the game. Just first runner on the base, so we'll see what he can do. Ooh, a little wild pitch, high and inside for Moore here on the mound, so see what he could do here. But yeah, like you just mentioned too, it's just early in the game, so not a big worry to get someone on first base so early in the game.
Deacon Moore gets a sign from Dobkin. Man on first. Here is the 1-1, and that was just a bad swing there from Sataraju. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat that. I don't know what he was swinging at. Ball in the dirt there, but it's going to be a 1-2 count. Deacon Moore, 1 pitch away from getting out of the top of the first.
Yeah, just one pitch away. Just has to be a good pitch, the one to get him swinging, and here it comes, and it gets him swinging for the 3rd out of the inning.
2 strikeouts already for Deacon Moore, as that will end, or that will be in the middle of the first inning. Giovanni Brogel, Aiden Crowley, and Robert Kelly up to bat. They'll be leading off for the Cardinals for the first time this afternoon when we return to LHS Baseball on your home for Lawrence Cardinals Baseball, 107.7 The Bronx, Retro WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We're back with Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro WRRC2. Trey Wright alongside Chris Aponte as we enter the bottom of the first inning, still scoreless here from LHS. And you just heard Giovanni Brogel talk, bring us back from commercial break, and he's going to be leading off for the Cardinals here this afternoon.
Yeah, Giovanni Brogel being very, very good as a leadoff hitter so far for this team, being patient in the batter's box, getting on the base, and starting the team off right as he should be. So see how he gets the team started off here this afternoon.
Brogel, Aiden Crowley, and Kelly will lead off for the Cardinals here for the first time. Their inaugural time this afternoon. And like we said, on the bump for the Knights is going to be Connor Sataraju. He's got an ERA of 3.65 with 15 and 1 out innings pitched. He's 1-1 on the season. By far the best record pitching-wise for the Knights so far. But here we go. Giovanni Brogel steps in. Connor Sataraju is going to be done warming up. And the Cardinals looking to take a hack at the ball for the first time this afternoon. Trying to get in a little bit of an easy game here before their heavyweight battle against Notre Dame. And Brogel will take a fastball right down the gut and quickly go down on the count 0-1.
Yeah, just a quick ball there, just watching the first pitch come down. Brogel just being very patient in the batter's box and seeing if the pitcher could just continue throwing strikes.
Chopper down the line, and that is going to go through the 5-4 gap, so it's going to be a base hit there for Brogel.
There we got a quick start that the Cardinals needed right there. Brogel getting on base, just starting off the team right, just getting a man on base, and now he's able to use his speed along the base path.
So that'll bring up Aiden Crowley, who this season has been a little quiet. He's got a batting average of .290 with 9 hits and 31 at-bats. 8 RBIs is the name of the game, but all 9 of his hits are singles, so all the singles going towards Crowley. Sataraju will throw back to first base, check the runner on first, but Brogel remains on the first bag.
Pitcher just trying to be safe right there, and like you did mention, Crowley, the freshman, with a bunch of singles, and that's all you could ask for, just getting on base as a second man. A bunch of walks as well, stolen bases, so he's using his speed, his patience that he has as a freshman in the box as well, so it's good to see a freshman to be able to do that.
Especially like we've hammered home so much this season, it is all about this freshman class, this class of 2026, and we're going to see in this for a while here, especially under Coach Jim Mayer. But Aiden Crowley will quickly go up in the count, 2-0. On deck is Robert Kelly. Then after him, Kellen Moore, who's playing designated hitter this afternoon. Here's a 2-0. That's going to be a zone. That's going to be just barely in the lower end of the box down there. So Crowley will go down the count, 2-1. Still halfway there. No shame. Can still definitely take another strike or two.
Yeah, no shame. It's part of the game, I got to be patient in the box. You might let a strike go by, but as long as you stay active in the batter's box, there should be no worries.
Yeah, Sataraju will check Brogel on first, but Brogel remains safe. Playing first base here for the Knights this afternoon is going to be their the guy who the designated hitter is going to be for. I believe it is going to be Ishan Kerr, as Crowley's going to line one. Might go foul. It's definitely going to go foul. That was a moonshot down the third base line, but just barely went to the left of the foul pole. Quickly even up the count, 2-2.
Yeah, they sent Brogel there on the base as well. So team staying active on the base runners. The base runners are staying active, I should say. And Brogel again with a pretty good size lead here, seeing if he can use his speed. Does not go there. And a good shot right there by Crowley.
That is going to be a fly out to the center fielder of Matthew Chi, so that'll be an FA towards Crowley. 1 out on the board, but still a man on base. And that'll bring up Robert Kelly for his inaugural at-bat of the afternoon. Kelly batting .333 with 12 hits and 36 at-bats. He's got 8 RBIs, 12 hits, 9 singles, 1 double, and 2 triples, including a major triple in the game against Heightstown back on Monday rather. A huge game against the Rams. Sadaraju is not able to get there to Kerr in time. Here comes Brogel stealing second base.
Yeah, huge steal right there. As the pitcher was just trying to get it back to the first baseman, and Brogel able there to use his speed. Dove head first into the bag, got on his feet very, very quickly. I guess he's been doing a couple up downs and push-ups and things like that, but used his speed to get there to second.
So Kelly now with a chance to drive in Brogel with a base hit. Here is his first pitch of the at-bat. That's going to be a ball outside, 1-0 for Robert Kelly, the junior, excuse me. Not a whole lot of seniors on this lineup. We got Ben Pollock, TJ Neiman, Giovanni Brogel, Rohan Kaisa, Mike Melchior, who you haven't really seen. So only 4 seniors in this lineup right now. Ball way outside there for Kelly. He'll quickly go up in the count, 2-0.
Yeah, Kelly right now just being patient in the batter's box because, he does know he has someone in scoring position. So if not getting out, he just gets on base, and hopefully the team could do more from there.
That's going to be fouled right to Kellen Moore in the on-deck circle. He's going to barehand that. Gets a little chuckle from Jim Mayer in the dugout. But Kelly will go take a strike, so he'll be still up in the count, 2-1. How you doing? Runner in scoring position, that's Brogel on second, so a base hit to the deep outfield will likely send Brogel home.
Oh, yeah. Brogel has the speed to do it.
Definitely does. That's going to be out and away, so 3-1 is the count towards Robert Kelly. Trying to get ducks on the pond, first and second, and Kellen Moore, who has been absolutely lights out when it comes to RBIs this season. Taking a look at his stats, he's got 12 RBIs in 10 games, but that doesn't even hold a candle to Teak Toto. Low and away, and Robert Kelly will get on first.
There we go right there, the patience by the junior in the batter's box. Just one foul tip, the count goes 4-1, and he will gladly go on first base right here. So now we got a man on second and first, and Robert Kelly again also has speed on the bases, so he could also be a threat if the ball gets deep in the outfield. He could most likely come all the way home.
You definitely want to get a nice little outfield hit here, nothing too major, especially since you've got 1 out on the board already. But an infield hit, especially to third base, would be great for a 5-4, probably a 5-4 double play, and would end the side without the Cards scoring anything. Kellen Moore will take one inside, but they'll call it a strike, so we'll quickly go down on the count, 0-1. Moore batting .353 on the year. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be fair. Third baseman's going to fumble it just a little bit, but Kellen Moore will be out at first base, so the 5-3 put out will put 2 on the board. But that will advance the runner, so Brogel on third and Kelly on second. Runners in scoring position, and none other is going to be Teak Toto, Mr. RBI himself.
Yeah, he's in the spot that he's usually in. 14 RBIs on the year. Should be a huge position here for you. That you almost called it too with the double play, but just a little chopper wasn't able to get all the way down.
That'll be a ball that goes about Toto's eye level there. He'll go up in the count, 1-0. Toto, like we said, 14 RBIs. Is not the only player with multiple RBI, double-digit RBIs. Kellen Moore is 2 behind him in that category. And that's going to be low as well. Sadaraju shaking his head there at the count. He's currently down 2-0 in the count to Toto. Toto. Here's a 2-2. That's going to be a ball outside once again. So Toto, 3 balls, 1 strike. Sataraju trying to get out of the jam here. Only with 2 outs on the board here for North. That's going to be right in the zone there, and Toto probably could have hit that towards the fences.
3-1, it seems like the count is right now for Toto in a batter's box. So again, he's just being patient, seeing if he can get the bases loaded here as well.
That's going to be a ball outside. Toto will get the walk, and Riley Rivera come up on deck, come in the batter's box here for the first time this afternoon. Bases loaded, 2 outs, a good chance with a base hit here. Try and put some points on the board and get the Cardinals off to an early start here. But Connor Sataraju already in a jam.
Rivera up here to bat, 2 pitch coming in the zone. It's a strike, but Rivera being able to, the opportunity to drive in a couple runs here with the bases loaded. There are 2 out, so an out at any bag will get the inning out of the way. So he does have to be mindful on what he does at the batter's box.
He's going to take a ball there, so he'll even up the count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs towards the junior, Riley Rivera, who's batting .409 on the year, one of the highest batting averages we've seen all season long. That's going to be out and away towards number 4. And he'll quickly go up in the count, 2-1. We're seeing a lot of 2-1s today. I don't know if that's just a pattern or if Sataraju just likes the number 21.
Yeah, I mean, either way, if he does not, another ball right there, so now 3-1. Another ball will just get another walk around the bases, so Brogo will be able to come in and score for the Cardinals. So 3-1 here for Rivera. Let's see if he decides to swing for the fences and let this one come in.
I don't know. You just got to take the walk at this point if it's a pitch you don't like, and that is going to go off of the catcher's mitt. Here comes Brogo on the wild pitch. He will score.
Yeah, great. It just happened. The ball just happened to go right off the catcher's mitt.
Zach Owens with an error.
Yeah, hitting his helmet, and then the ball gets end up in the backfield, if you may call it. So
back of the cage.
Yeah, Brogo right there using his speed to get around, scoring, and now with a man on second and third for the Cardinals, and Riley Rivera still up to bat.
So that's going to bring Toto and Kelly to second and third. 3-2 count. 2 outs here towards Rivera, but the Cardinals strike first. Up 1-0. Rivera is going to call time. Oh, no, they're going to call it a balk.
Wow.
So they're going to call Sataraju with a balk, so it's 2-0 already for Lawrence. So in case you're just tuning back in, as Rivera will take a 3-2, he's going to foul that back towards the parking lot. Hopefully no cars get hit.
Oof, it was close there, but no car got hit right there. I've read, what is that, a Volkswagen almost got hit there, but you know, luckily it didn't.
3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. An actual legitimate full count with the 2 outs as well towards Riley Rivera. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be a foul tip there as it went off of the home plate. So Rivera will remain in the box for now. Deacon Moore in the on-deck circle right now, with Danny Drizga making his return to the lineup since suffering concussion back in early April, I want to say. Back in the first weekend of April in the Pennington game. Lawrence's only loss of the year. Here's a 3-2. That's going to be another foul ball down the third base line, but it is great to see Dan Drizga back in this lineup.
Yeah, definitely great to see Dan Drizga after suffering a concussion. Good to know he's safe and everybody's recovery time. Everything went well for him. But Rivera right here in the batter's box, just keeping and protecting the base that's his currently right now with a full count, making sure everything that comes in the zone is getting at least touch right there.
It'll be it's going to be a 5-3 put out. Rivera going for second base. It's going to be a single and an E5. And that will drive Teak Toto home, so it'll be 3-0 Cardinals already in this one.
Yeah, quick, very, very, very quick start by the Cardinals here. A big error right there, but Cardinals able to capitalize it, and now they have a man on second with 2 outs in the bottom of the first.
So plenty of...
Wow, another wild pitch in the dirt. So now Riley Rivera gets to go to third base.
Rivera already on third. And we're barely keeping up here, but several rapid-fire mistakes from the Knights already, and they are down 3-0 to the Cardinals. Deacon Moore takes his box for the first time this afternoon. Sadaraju just trying to get out of the inning. Here is the fresh count. That's going to be out and away, 1-0. 2-0 now, rather.
2-0. Good eye right there by Deacon Moore, able to stay in the batter's box with the man on third. Just seemed like the bases were loaded not that long ago. Now everyone's in, and now Rivera's on third base. Next pitch is in and in the zone for a strike, so count now goes to 2-1.
2-1 is your count. Teague Toto getting home on the E3, and that's going to be lying right to the shortstop of Robert Rossi, and that will end the side, but not before the Cardinals do some damage. 3-0 is your score at the end of the first inning. Going to the top of the second, Sylvester, Owens, and Wallace up to bat for the Knights. We'll return to Lawrence Cardinals baseball here on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We're back with more Lawrence Cardinals baseball here on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2. Trey Wright alongside Chris Aponte, and the Cardinals striking first blood here in the bottom of the first inning, up 3-0 as we go into the top of the second with Jeter Sylvester currently leading off here for the West Windsor-Plainsboro North Knights. Sylvester, Zach Owens, and Dalen Wallace up to bat here in the top of the second inning. Cardinals up 3-0, and Cardinals just not really having to do much, just relying on, or just taking advantage, rather, of a lot of mistakes from WWP North.
Yeah, WWP North right now just making a bunch of mistakes that they could really just have cleaned up prior or anything like that, but, you know, a lot of balls in the dirt. A lot of wild throws just to the first base bag, and the Cardinals, like you said, able to capitalize off of that, getting 3 runs in, and you know, now we'll see if they could use that confidence and maneuver back into the defensive side of things here against the Knights.
Here's a fresh count, and that'll open up. Deacon Moore will open up the top of the second inning with a beautiful cutter there. So Jeter Sylvester will quickly go down on the count, 0-1. He's batting .200 this year, 2 hits at 10 at-bats. Here's the 0-1. Ball looked to be same exact zone as it was on the previous pitch, but it'll be called outside, and count will be even at 1-1.
Yeah, it might be right there that the catcher's mitt just moved a little bit as he caught it and didn't stand. So next pitch, this one get called. I wasn't able to see the umpire.
Check swing is going to be called a strike, so it's quickly 1-2 count towards the junior. Here's the 1-2. Strikeout, he got him good. Another great sinker. That's 3 straight strikeouts on sinkers. And Deacon Moore already with a trio of Ks here. And he is in his zone. He's in his era right now.
Yeah, he definitely is in his zone right now. Maybe trying to catch up to his brother Kellen Moore and Connor Crowley on the strikeouts. But, you know, he's definitely on the zone, pumping right here. So the freshman doing his thing.
I feel like Deacon Moore's got more than 1 strikeout on the year. We'll have to check those stats. He definitely got a lot more Ks than that, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like he's definitely had more than 1 before as he's been on the mound. But right now, you know, I feel like he might be throwing his best that we've seen all year so far.
So that'll bring up the catcher, Zach Owens, up for his first at-bat of the afternoon. He's currently up in the count 2-0. Make that 3-0 as Deacon Moore will give Owens, the sophomore, a little bit of a hitter's count there at 3-0. Owens looking for his 3rd walk of the year. He's batting .167 so far, as that's a great look right in the zone there. Just painted that top left corner from our perspective. And Deacon Moore will get a strike back. It's 3-1.
Yeah, Owens just think patient 3-0 pitch. He wasn't going to swing there. Oof.
That looked a little low for my liking, and it looked a little low for Zach Owens' liking as well. But he is a little shorter kid. He's about 5'4", 5'3", a little bit. So his strike zone is a little bit lower than that. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be a chopper right to Robert Kelly. He will get it to Aiden Crowley. 6-3 put out. And it's quickly 2 outs on the board.
Yeah, 2 outs right there. Deacon Moore able to climb back viciously in the count, getting it to 3-2, and then trusting his teammates with Robert Kelly with a quick 6-3 out, making it 2 outs in the top of the second.
So that'll bring up Dalen Wallace, which a nice little McNugget here for 107.7 The Bronx Trivia, as we'll see what he does on the OKO count. Inside ball, 1-0 is the count, but Dalen Wallace, a little McNugget trivia, in middle school, played rec basketball with our very own Nick Witkowski, host of Wake Up Rider over on our sister station 107.7 The Bronx. So that's a little McNugget there. As Wallace will get one to Drizga. Drizga will get one to Crowley. Easy 5-3 put out to end the side. 1-2-3 is your count here. As we'll enter the middle of the second inning, score still remains 3-0 as the Cardinals will come up for the second time this afternoon. Drizga, Pollock, and Brogel up to bat when we return to Lawrence High School Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We're back with more Lawrence Cardinals baseball here on 107.7 The Bronx Retro WRRC2. Trey Wright alongside me is Chris Aponte to my right, and the score has not changed. It is still 3-0 Cardinals over the WWP North Knights here. So we enter the bottom of the second inning with Dan Drizga coming back up to bat for the first time since the Pennington game, all the way back a couple Saturdays ago in the top of the second inning of that game, Chris.
Yeah, Drizga just with a nice throw down to the first baseman to end the side for the Cardinals just now. And now he's up to bat here. First pitch is going to be outside. He'll watch it go. So count is on his side. 1 ball, no strikes with no outs. And like you said, it's good to see Drizga back in the lineup knowing that he's all back and healthy and ready to go.
This last game was 11 days ago, rather, on April 9th against Pennington. Lawrence's only loss of the year so far, a 5-3 loss to the Pennington Mountaineers. I want to say that's their mascot. He'll quickly take a ball that they're going to call a strike, so he'll go down 1-2 in the count.
Yeah, that was a little weird. It seemed like he already thought that might be a ball. It was that high, and the ump just called it. A couple wild calls so far by the ump, but that's what he's there for.
That's going to be a little ground ball to the shortstop of Kulkarni, but Kulkarni will pump fake it all the way to Kerr. So Drizga will get the single.
Drizga just putting his head down there and just taking off as fast as he can, moving his feet, and ended up making it safely to first base. But, you know, a lot of determination there to just take off. You could tell it was his first at-bat in a while, as once he swung there, he just took off wanting to get to first.
So that'll bring up the only senior in the starting 9 this afternoon, Ben Pollock. The batting average of .227 in his first 10 games. That's going to be a ball into the dirt there, and it'll quickly go up in the count, 1-0. But great to see Drizga back on base and not being hit in the head with a pitch, obviously. And Drizga, you mentioned he is fast. He's one of the fastest kids on this team. So that speed was definitely missing from the Cardinals in the 7 or so games that he's missed.
You could tell by the lead he's taking right here, just inching and inching every step he has. He's not he's really testing the pitcher here by the Knights to see what he's going to do here. Look, the moment he gets up right by sliding back, he immediately just takes a big lead here and might take off. I'm not too sure, but Pollock up to bat, and he has to worry about one of the two, either taking off or the batter there.
That's going to be fouled back into Zach Owens' gear. And then it will ricochet down the first base line. So Pollock will even up the count 1-1. And right after him, it's back to the top of the order with Giovanni Brogel, who got on base with a single and scored the first run. I believe every single game that the Cardinals have won this season, almost every. I'm trying to think of, definitely not Heightstown, but I believe Giovanni Brogel has been the first run that the Cardinals have scored. That's going to be a liner up the middle, and it'll be a 6-3 put out. Rossi to Kerr. So that'll get Ben Pollock out and back to the top of the order for the Cards.
Yeah, but one thing that a lot of people might not think about is now Drizga's now on second base with speed, so now there's a man in scoring position in the top of the order. So the Cardinals are now in a good position to just do some damage here in only the top of the second, or excuse me, bottom of the second.
Drizga was already halfway to second base rather, before Sataraju even threw the ball. He can definitely throw the ball well. He's just having a little bit of difficulty with the control of the baseball. Giovanni Brogel will take a swinging strike to go down on the count, 0-1, like we just said. Took a single to lead off the hitting for the Cardinals this afternoon in the bottom of the first inning, then stole second base, got to third base off of a balk, and then had the wild pitch there, in which he took advantage of the wild pitch to Robert Kelly, as he's going to line one down the third base line. Drizga's going to come home to make it 4-0. It looks like Brogel, he is going to hesitate there. He's going to drive for second. Here's the throw to the bag, and it's not going to be in time. Yeah, we back. Dan Drizga makes it a 4-0 game already. And a double for Giovanni Brogel. I didn't even think he was going to get to the second bag in time.
That's just speed and aggression on the bags right there. Brogel, the moment the ball got in the outfield and he knew Drizga was going home, Brogel took advantage of that and just took off halfway to second, and he ended up making it in time with a head first slide, making the score 4-0. And then I heard a couple times saying, we back. So teammates happy for Drizga being back in the lineup, and first at bat and a run coming in as well.
Definitely see that. And that's going to be another wild pitch from Sataraju. So that will advance Brogel to third. Brogel definitely getting his cardio in this afternoon in just a span of the last couple of minutes. But that'll put Connor Crowley will go up in the count 1-0. His last at-bat, he flew out to Matthew Chi in center field for the F8. Let's see if he can get on base and potentially drive Brogel home to make it 5-0. And he's going to take a pitch that he's had to bend all the way around the baseball to avoid getting hit in the rear end.
Yeah, he had to get out of the way. If he stayed there, he would have got hit. He had to move inside, so count moves at 2-0. Man on third, only one out for Crowley.
Here's the deal. That's going to be fouled off of the home plate. It rolled along the first base line, but then eventually went foul there as well. So either way, it was going to be a foul ball. So Crowley is still up on the count, 2-1. Robert Kelly, Kellen Moore on deck and in the hole at the moment right now. 2-1 for Sataraju. Just trying to get out once again, but he's got 4 earned runs against him. 2-1. Fouled back towards the service building. He's going to miss it by about 20 feet. They'll even up the count, 2-2 with 1 out on the board. Cardinals up 4-0.
Yeah, it's quick early lead. It's back to the top of the order, so a lot of damage can be done as well. They're being active in the batter's box as well, so the pitcher's having a hard...
Oh!
He just took that one. That was almost the same pitch as the prior. He saw it coming, just took it in the back of the head. He's running hard, signifying he ate that pitch right there hard. Tough mentality there by Aiden Crowley. Now he's on first base.
Crowley hit in the head from Sataraju. Already seeing some frustration there from the senior. But that'll bring up Robert Kelly with runners on the corners. Brogel on third, Aiden Crowley on first. No one getting to second base just yet, but I know these guys love getting to second base. How you doing? Robert Kelly, his last at-bat, he was walked, then took advantage of a balk to get to home to put the second run in the books here. And another ball up high from Sataraju, and it's quickly 1-0 once again.
Yeah, quick start for every batter. It seems like they're getting a ball first pitch. And then we see Crowley with the big lead on first base, taking a big lead there, not taking off the second. Was that? No, that wasn't called a ball.
That was called a ball once again. Looked like it was up and away there from Sataraju. And you got to think, if you're north, do you want to dip into your bullpen this early already? That's another ball to make it 3-0 towards Robert Kelly, who's looking for back-to-back bases on balls. Do you want to dip into your bullpen already? I mean,
it's difficult. It's so early. It's already the bottom of the second. So that one being a ball, that one probably could have been the closest pitch, could have been called the strike, but it was a ball. So now the bases are loaded for the Cardinals.
Bases loaded for Kellen Moore, and still only one out on the board. And it looks like the Knights managerial staff, we're just going to talk a little bit with Sataraju, get him to calm down, but he is definitely in a pickle right now. He's in a jam. But speaking of jamming, jam to baseball in your car. Listen to the Cardinals play this season on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, on your car radio, through Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Search and download WRRC2, our free mobile app, from the Apple and Google Play stores to listen to select Cardinals games this season. And you're not going to want to miss our next game this year. On deck for Lawrence High School baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro is Saturday, April 22nd at 11 a.m. against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Listen to the Cardinals exclusively on WRRC2 online and at 1077thebronx.com via our free Apple, Odyssey, and Google Play apps, as well as Amazon Echo. Simply search and download WRRC2. Folks, you are not going to want to miss the game against Notre Dame on Saturday morning.
No, you will not. And it seems like we're getting back into action here. First pitch is in the zone for a strike.
Sataraju will finally throw his first strike in about, I'd say, 12 pitches. Didn't quite get to make the Major League reference there, but here's the 0-1. That's a ball outside. Looked a little tiny little bit higher than the one he threw. Curveball going just high, and it'll even up the count 1-1 towards Kellen. Check swing there from Kellen Moore, and he's going to be called safe there by the field judge.
Able to just hold back there on the swing. Kellen Moore just trying to get everyone home, but also has to be patient in the batter's boxes. Like you said, he's been throwing a couple balls here, so Moore just trying to take advantage of that.
Here's the 2-1. That's going to be up towards Kellen Moore's head. He'll quickly go a hitter's count 3-1. Once again, if you're Kellen Moore, just take the walk. You got Teak Toto right behind you, who's looking to increase his RBI stats, but it's a dead race between 21 and 10 when it comes to RBIs. Ball in the zone, make it a full count, 3-2. And still, only one out on the board, so you can get an out here if you're Kellen Moore, but I would just definitely take the walk.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be a good pitch right here, and it's a good shot as well to the center fielder. Oh, wow, what a grab.
Oh, but he's going to drop it.
No, I think he dropped it on the exchange, and it's a double play to end the inning.
That's just some miscommunication there. Aiden Crowley tagging up there, so it looks like it's going to be an 8-6 double play to end the side, so 3 runners left on base. Jim Mayer not too happy with his first baseman with that. 2 Cardinals on third place there. But the Cardinals extend the lead just a little bit more. It is 4-0 Lawrence at the end of the second inning here. Going to the top of the third, up to bat for the Knights are going to be Ravi Sankar, Sue, and Rossi back to the top of the order at the third batter for the Knights here when we return to Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
You're listening to the Cardinals play baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2. Trey Wright with Chris Aponte to my right as the Cardinals extend the lead there by a run 4-zip over the WWP North Knights. But they had a chance to really open up with bases loaded, and Aiden Crowley forgetting how to tag up, unfortunately, there. So the bases being loaded and getting out on a double play there. But a little bit of damage being done, and now I got a pop fly here from Aditya Ravi Sankar. That'll be caught there by Aiden Crowley. He'll make up for his mistake, and it's quickly an F3 to put one out on the board.
Yeah, quick out there for the Cardinals. First pitch right there, we saw Deacon Moore trip on the mound off a little, I guess you could call it a little hole right there in the dirt, but able to cover that up and able to go back to what he was doing prior in prior innings.
Arjun Sue will foul one all the way to the back of the backstop. Sue this season, the freshman with only 4 at-bats and no hits, so you know he's hungry to get that first hit of his career. Deacon Moore, a 1. Ball in the dirt there will even up the count, 1-1. But top of the order going to be back up here for the Knights in just a couple moments with Robert Rossi and Matthew Chi trying to get the Cardinals back into this game. Sue will get hit, so he'll get on base for the first time in his collegiate career. Congratulations to him. Hit by pitch, and that'll bring up the top of the order.
High school career.
High school career.
Collegiate. It'll be so hopefully soon for
I'm
them.
so used to. I'm used to doing, the college scene, of course. Especially with doing college hockey. Hopefully, he'll be moving to the play-by-play position for that soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
So Robert Rossi, who flew out to Riley Rivera in the top of the first inning, is just going to foul one back to the service building behind him. He'll quickly go down 0-1 in the count. Matthew Chi and Jahan Kulkarni on deck and in the hole right now. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the 0-1. It's going to be line drive all the way to Teak Toto. He will easily get it. F8 the first inning, F9 in the third. Robert Rossi 0 for 2.
Yeah, it's Cardinals right now, just great pitching and great defense to back up the good pitching. And Moore right now just confident on the mound. You can see seems very relaxed. The Cardinals all grooving out. It seems like they got their swagger back or something like that. And they're just playing as a team.
So that'll bring up Matthew Chi, who struck out in a full count to Deacon Moore to end the side back in the top of the first.
That was a great pitch.
That was a pretty good pitch there from Deacon Moore, who's 1 out away from us being a third of the way through this game. It's going to be out and away there, and he is going to be down on the count 2-0. So Chi trying to get another runner on the base, trying to get something going here for the Knights. Here's a 2-0. Line drive in a deep center field. That ball is going to fall down. It's going to be extra bases here for Matthew Chi. Ball is still in the outfield. Here comes Sue towards the plate, and he will score, so that will open up the game 4-1 with a sliding triple from Matthew Chi. Put him in scoring position, and the Knights responding 4-1.
Yeah, that was a great shot by Mac Chi in the gap between the left and center fielder there, and just right there, the Knights able to capitalize, bring the runners all the way into score, so making the score 4-1, and Chi with a sliding triple, and still 2 out, so the Cardinals get out of the inning, but definitely a big confidence switcher. Hopefully, not hopefully, because we're going for the Cardinals, but could be a confidence switcher for the Knights.
Yeah, you don't want them to get hot here. But you've got Chi on third base right now. Jahan Kulkarni, who threw out, or got on first base with an E3, who practically body checked Aiden Crowley to the dirt on that E3 there that caused him to drop the ball. He's in the batter's box for his second time this afternoon, trying to keep the runs going. It's currently even count 1-1, and he wanted all of that ball to go probably deep center field. We'll go down on the count 1-2.
Yeah, now 1-2, more already back on top of the count after that triple, so you could tell that didn't phase him, and he's still on the mound doing his thing. 1-2, 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Pitch coming in the dirt. Catcher Dobkins able to put his body in front of it, so the ball stays in front of him, and the runner stays at third.
Runner on third. Score is currently 4-1 if you're just tuning in. Lawrence leading the Knights by that score. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Moore just trying to get out of the inning. Here's a 2-2. Strikeout, he got him. 4 Ks on the afternoon already. Kulkarni goes down swinging, and that will put us in the middle of the third inning with the Cardinals giving up a run with a triple from Matthew Chi, an RBI triple from Matthew Chi, sending Arjun Sue home for his first run of his high school career. But up to bat is going to be Riley Rivera, Deacon Moore, and Dan Drizga when we return to action here for Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We're back with Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro WRRC2. Trey Wright alongside Chris Aponte, and the Cardinals letting up a run, but they're still up by 3. 4-1 is your score going into the bottom of the third inning here from LHS, and is actually going to be Toto Rivera and Deacon Moore. It's going to be up to bat here. I was ahead of myself in the lineup, but Teak Toto leading off, trying to get the runs going once again, Chris.
Yeah, Teak Toto back in the box, trying to start it off this inning for the Cardinals, and he is, was that low? Did he say strike? I'm not too sure. It was low, so it was a ball, but Teak Toto trying to just be comfortable in the batter's box, and he was there taking the ball.
Here's the 1-0. Toto will take a strike there, make it even up at 1-1. Toto's last at-bat was walked by Sadaraju and made it all the way back to home plate with some of the pitching shenanigans that we've seen from number 9. Check swing in the dirt, but he's going to be called safe. 2 balls, 1 strike towards the sophomore right fielder. Trying to get things back going, trying to get Lawrence's mojo back and answer the bell, and he is going to hit one. That's going to go through the 5-4 gap once again. It'll be a leadoff single for the right fielder, and it'll bring up Riley Rivera.
Yeah, great contact, bat to the ball by Teak Toto, able to get on base to start off the inning correctly for the Cardinals with the man on base. Now, like you just said, Riley Rivera up to bat for the Cardinals as well. So it's just key here to see throughout the entire lineup for the Cardinals, everyone's able to get on base and do damage. So something Jim Mayer said previously as well, it's the whole team, not just a select group of guys. So it's good to see here today that everyone's still playing well.
Rivera will take a strike just barely in the zone. Sadaraju just painting the top left corner from his perspective. So Rivera will take a strike, 0-1 in the count. Made it to first base with an E3 and his first at bat back in the bottom of the first inning, and made it all the way to third base before being stranded. And Toto is going to go. He's going to slide towards second. Going to be called safe, so he'll get the SB. He'll put the sophomore in scoring position.
Yeah, Teak Toto right there. It seems like they say these about a lot of players, but able to use his speed right there and get to second base to put himself in scoring position with no outs.
And he's going to go back towards second base. Sadaraju is going to check Toto at second. Rivera trying to get a base hit here that will re-extend the lead and allow Lawrence to answer the answer to the call. Sadaraju gets his sign from Zach Owens. Here's the 1-1. Fouled off, 1-2.
Yeah, and it also seems like the Knights have Will Carter getting warm in the bullpen as well. So we'll see if they will use their bullpen and dig in the third inning or save it on for later in this game.
You're still very much in this game, so I wouldn't panic just now. Sadaraju, he's trying to find his groove. He's just trying to get these guys to swing at some very close strikes. And Rivera is going to chop one right to second base or shortstop. That'll be an easy 6-3. Rossi all the way to Kerr. It'll be the first out on the board. It will advance Toto to third.
Yeah, Toto moves to third. Riley out at first, but now we have Deacon Moore up to bat. The freshman with a bunch of hits, a great contact to ball connection there. So, hopefully he could do some damage here and bring in a run for the Cardinals. And maybe he could get back with the run they scored on him here.
Moore will take a ball up at his eye level, go up in the count, 1-0. Toto, who had a leadoff single, currently at third right now, so any base hit would drive home the sophomore right fielder. But the freshman first baseman, or third baseman rather, the freshman pitcher who's on the mound right now, currently at a 1-1 count with 1 out on the board.
Seems like they have an infield in here. At least the shortstop and second baseman are a bit in here. So a bunt signified here, high pitch, and he pulls back. So count now goes to 2-1.
2-1 as the count is Moore trying to drive in Toto, but just go for the hit. You got 10 singles. You don't need anything too much, but he's going to single bunt once again.
I guess the experience of Jameer is a little better than ours because we're not too sure what he's thinking, but with their record, we can't question what he's doing. So count now quickly moves to 3-1.
Sadaraju trying to get the second out of the inning. Here's the 3-1.
Outside.
That's going to be outside. Deacon Moore will get on base with the walk. And that'll bring up Dan Drizga trying to get his first RBI of the season, if I am not mistaken. We'll double check the stats here. And Dan Drizga actually has 3 RBIs so far in only 4 games played. He's only had 8 at-bats this season. But overall, Drizga trying to put one more RBI on a stat sheet.
It could have been a mind game as well, what Moore was doing up with the signifying bunt signals as well, because every pitch that came in were balls, so could have seen there and there. He takes off the second base. They throw to third, and Teak Toto is back safely at third. And with now Deacon Moore now safely at second, so now a man on second and third for the Cardinals.
Ducks on a pond. Second and third are Toto and Deacon Moore. And a big moment for Drizga, who got a single got a leadoff single rather in his last at bat back in the bottom of the 7th inning. Your second inning, he's going to hit one right to Rossi. Rossi, high throw to Zach Owens. He is going to be called out. Is Toto at home? So Toto will record the second out, called out at the plate. Great job there from Zach Owens, but we don't want that, obviously.
No, we do not. So now 2 outs on the board. Teak Toto being called out at the plate. It was a risky decision the Knights took right there to go at the plate, but wanted to stay in the game, and they got the job done. So now Ben Pollock up to bat for the Cardinals, seeing if he could deliver and bring a runner in this inning. Now Deacon Moore on third, and now we have Drizga at first.
You are already approaching the top of the order for the 3rd time in just as many innings. Ben Pollock had a 6-3 put out to record the first out back in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Here's the fresh set. Here comes Drizga. He is diving for second. We'll call safe, and here comes Deacon Moore to extend the lead. A beautiful slide there from the freshman. 5-1 Lawrence.
Yeah, there we go. Deacon Moore being aggressive on the base, on the bags right there, to getting the run he wanted back. And now he makes the score 5-1 for the Cardinals. And as we saw right there, Drizga taking off for second. He just decided to be aggressive on the bases and come home.
So Deacon Moore will steal home to make it 5-1. 4-run lead back again. Here's Pollock. He will hit it to Wallace. He'll get it to Kerr. And that'll end the side with a 4-3 putout, but the Cardinals taking care of business once again, re-extend the lead back to 4 runs. 5-1 is your score, Chris.
Yeah, great inning by the Cardinals right there, being able to get it. The run they let go, that he got it right back, extending the lead to 5-1.
So Sadaraju, Sylvester, and Owens will be leading off for the Knights when we return to Lawrence High School baseball here on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We're back with Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2. Trey Wright and Chris Aponte on the call as we enter the 4th inning here, top of the 4th inning, with your Cardinals up 5-1, getting the lead back. It's Connor Sadaraju. We'll take a ball up and away. We'll go up in the count 1-0, Chris.
Yeah, quick start for the Cardinals, 5-1 on the top of the 4th inning. And now they're trying to stay defensively on point where that might be foul. Can he get to it? No. Kind of goes to 1-1, but like I was saying, Cardinals trying to use that momentum and stay on point like how they've been so far today on the defensive side of things, and get this game moving and rolling for them.
Yeah, you don't want to get ahead of yourselves here, because this is still a must-win game, because you don't want to fall in the standings, especially to Notre Dame. You definitely want that CVC title. It's still very young in the season, but we are approaching that stretch where it's just CVC team after CVC team that you guys are facing. But you got the varsity tournament. You got a chance in there to make some noise. Of course, you've got the county tournament, which the seedings have not been announced just yet. We will get them to you on the next broadcast when we get them. Sadaraju will take a strike inside to even up the count 2-2, but you cannot get ahead of yourselves. You can't have Steeler syndrome, and what that means is you can't look ahead in your schedule. You can't predict your schedule and, look ahead to those games because you still got must-win games that you need to win. Sataraji following up the count 3-2.
Yeah, last pitch just now by Deacon Moore was just outside of the zone. Seemed like it was just in there, but full count for Moore on the mound. Ooh, great pitch by him going to the right fielder. And that is, if I'm correct, and I am, that is Teak Toto to make the play right there. So the Cardinals with 1 down on the board.
F9 as it's scored. Teak Toto gets another F9 in this game. That'll bring up Jeter Sylvester, who struck out to lead off the second inning. He's looking to answer once again here for the Knights. Cardinals up 5-1 in the top of the 4th inning. That's a ball right toward Jeter's head. Make the count 1-0 once again.
Yeah, 1-0 here for Moore. Just trying to find, he's a freshman, so he is young, but making sure he has his comfortability on the mound. And it's a shot to center field. Seems like Brogel is right there to get it, and he is. So 2 down on the board for the Cardinals.
F9, F8 for Sylvester. Let's see if Owens can potentially get an F7 all the way to Ben Pollock, who's playing left field now. But Owens had the 6-3 put out. Kelly to Crowley. Back in the top of the 2nd inning, the catcher up in the batter's box for the 2nd time this afternoon. Beautiful pitch there from Deacon Moore.
Man, great pitch right there by Deacon Moore. And now he's up in the count for the first time of this inning so far, 0-1. Ooh, now a beautiful, beautiful curveball, nasty. Now he's up to 0-2 in the count.
Cardinals looking for another 1-2-3 inning. Just trying to get everything out. Here's the 0-2. Chopper down the third base line. It'll come to Drizga. Beautiful throw to Crowley. He's not even going to have to step off the bag to try and get that. 1-2-3. With Owens going down on the 5-3 put out to end the side. We'll go in the middle of the 4th inning up to bat here for the Cardinals. Going to be going back to the top of the lineup. Brogel, Aiden Crowley, and Robert Kelly when we return to Lawrence High School Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Say that indeed. Welcome back to Lawrence High School Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. WRRC2, Trey Wright and Chris Aponte calling today's game against the WWP North Knights. And you gotta love Ben Pollock here. He is such a character. He truly puts the fun in baseball, especially on this team.
Yeah, he does. Is Brogel right there just giving us a quick little laugh. As you said, say that, a little slogan the Cardinals like to say. But, it's part of what they do. It's part of their game. And, we're seeing them say that and shutting the Knights out so far with the 5-1 lead in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, and it's just these guys are having fun. Like we said in the pregame show, it's all about having fun here. But when the chips are down, you got to get down to business. And we're halfway there. 4.5 up, 4.5 down. Pretty sure there's a Bon Jovi lyric that, we could play. Don't really know what it is right now. But hey, Giovanni Brogel leading off in the bottom of the 4th inning. He's going to take 2 straight balls there from Connor Sataraju.
Yeah, 2 pitches inside for Brogel, just staying comfortable in the position he is, letting the pitches come by. And now he's up in the count 2-0 with a...
What a rip there. And it's going to be brought down by Adriva Ravi Sankar.
I believe that's Matt Chi out there in center field.
Oh, yeah, that was right field, excuse me. So that's Matt Chi with the F8 for Giovanni Brogel, who does not get on base for the first time today. But he's got a single, a double. If he hits a triple and a home run, he's got an easy cycle there.
That was a great shot by Brogel right there. Just Chi able to get there first and make the play, but easily could have been a triple for him. And now...
That's going to be off the glove of the third baseman of Matthew, or excuse me, no. That's going to be Sylvester, who's playing third. So they're going to call that an E5 for Aiden Crowley to get on the bag. There's quickly a man on first.
Yeah, a little error right there. Just... as players do, look at the glove and blame their glove, which he is doing, or just did previously, so.
Stupid glove.
Now, Crowley over at first with a good size lead, see if he can use his speed to get on second. And Robert Kelly up at bat.
Kelly, his previous 2 at-bats in the game were a fly out to Matthew Chi in center field and then was hit by, had a walk there. Ended up being stranded on base in a little cockavolley that was the second inning. He'll take a curveball just in the zone. We'll even up the count, 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1 count for Robert Kelly. Seeing if he can just put more points on the board. It's 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out with the man on first, and number 1, Aiden Crowley, is on first. Been in this scenario before.
Kelly's going to foul one right back to Giovanni Brogel, who's watching there from the on-deck circle. Brogel with the shades on, cool as a cucumber, and so is his Cards team this season, currently leading 5-1 with a 9-1 record. But definitely a big game Saturday, like we have been saying all throughout the show. Crowley's going to go for second. Here's a throw from Owens. It's not in time to a second baseman of Wallace. So it'll be another stolen base for Crowley. He's in scoring position.
Yeah, Crowley now in scoring position for the Cardinals with only 1 out in this inning. So Robert Kelly seeing if he can take advantage of that and get some points on the board. But yeah, just 2-2 count for Kelly, 1 out.
That's going to be a foul ball going back into the parking lot. Zach Owens is unable to be getting that. He's short as is.
Sit on top and drive.
But he'll quickly still even up the count, 2-2. With only 1 out so far. Brogel flying out to Matthew Chi in center field. Here's a 2-2. That's going to be a line right to Sylvester. He is going to throw to Kerr, and it's going to be in time for the 5-3 putout to get the second out on the board. That'll bring up Kellen Moore.
Yeah, great scoop right there by the first baseman for the Knights. Sean Keir right there, just able to scoop the ball up from the turf and get an out for the Knights. So now a man on second. Kellen Moore up to bat for the Cardinals, and 2 gone in the inning so far.
Moore 0 for 2 on the day so far, a 5-3 putout and a fly out to Matthew Chi in center field. Is a stat line for the day so far, and he is going to rip one right to Sylvester. Sylvester will go to Kerr, and that'll be not 1, 2, 3 quite out just yet, but that will still be 3 straight outs. Aiden Crowley got on there on the bag with the E5. But that will strand Crowley on second base, so no runs once again. That'll end the 4th inning with your score remaining 5-1. We'll go into the top of the 6th inning with Wallace, Ravi Sankar, and Sue up to bat for the WWP North Knights when we return to LHS Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We're back with Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2. Trey Wright and Chris Aponte calling a 5-1 ball game in favor of the Cards here with Dayland Wallace, who flew out to first base in the 2nd inning, is going to hit a fair ball right back to Deacon Moore. Deacon Moore will get it to Crowley, so it'll be a 1-3 put out to start the side.
Yeah, Deacon Moore having a hustle there, little hustle right there by him to the first base line, able to get the ball in a little under hook shovel pass to the first baseman, Aiden Crowley.
Aditya Ravi Sankar up for the 2nd time today. He flew out to third base, and he looks like he's going to pop one just in the infield. Looks like Riley Rivera is going to come down with it, and he does. Quick F4 there for Rivera, and it's quickly 2 away.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want for the Cardinals right here, just getting through the inning quickly. Now, bottom of the lineup, the designated hitter, Arjun Nasu for the Knights, and see maybe they can get him out and make it a 1-2-3 inning.
And that ball is going to go in the backstop there for Deacon Moore. Just megs Drew Dobkin a little bit. Jim Mayer, giving Dobkin a little bit of a rest day when it comes to the at-bats, but Dobkin has been just as important in the batter's box as he is about a feet behind it, a foot or 2 behind the batter's box, right in the catcher's box there, right behind him. 2-0 is the count towards Sue, who was hit by a pitch back in the third inning and was able to score the only run that North has got so far.
Yeah, it was the run the only one, like you said, they have on the board so far. Count moves to 2-1, and now Moore trying to put him low right there, 3-1. But yeah, like you said, that run was big for them, making the only run for them on the board with 5-1 in the top of the fifth.
Yeah, Sue trying to get something going once again. The freshman up in the count, 3-0. Here's the pitch. That's going to be lined, and it's going to be stopped by Dan Drizga. And at the plate, it's not going to be there. It's going to go into the outfield as Aiden Crowley is not going to be able to come up with it. We'll see how they score it. And they are going to say it was a hit. So that is going to be the first career hit for Arjun Sue in his high school career. And that was a great job by Dan Drizga, not allowing that ball to get in the outfield. But unfortunately, Sue is going to remain on first.
Yeah, Drizga right there making the ball, leaving it in play. Robert Kelly trying to get behind him and making a throw to first base, but just wasn't on time right there. Drizga did keep the ball in front of him, but the runner did get to first base safely.
So Sue on first right now. It's back to the top of the order for the Knights. Rob Rossi in the box right now, and he's going to take a ball in the dirt. 2-0 with 2 outs so far. Deacon Moore trying to get out, but he is definitely looking a little sweaty out there. Now for Jim Mayer, do you dip into your bullpen just a little bit?
Right now, see if he can get out of the inning and see how comfortable he is. He still has 2 outs in this inning so far, only a 2-0. This inning's been very quick for him, and there he gets out of the inning with a line drive to Riley Rivera at second base.
Rivera making quick work of the inning. He had 2 outs in the side. But we'll go to the middle of the 4th inning here with the score still the same, 5-1 in favor of the Cardinals, trying to get their 10th win of the year. It'll be Toto Rivera and Deacon Moore up to bat when we return to LHS Baseball here on 107.7 The Bronx Retro WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We're back with Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro WRRC2. Trey Wright and Chris Aponte calling the game. Score remains 5-1 as we go down to the bottom of the 5th inning. Already in the 5th inning, this has been a fast-moving game, probably the fastest-moving game we have seen all season long, Chris.
Yeah, very, very quick game here. Teak Toto up to bat for the Cardinals, seeing if you get on base for the Cardinals. It seems like a lot of the lead hitters for every inning get on base for the Cardinals in some way or another, and that's what you want to do right there. So taking the first pitch as a ball for Toto and seeing what damage you can put up on the field.
Sadaraju remains on the bump here for the Northern Knights. Here is the 1-0. That's going to make it 2-0 towards Toto, whose stat line for the game is 1 for 2 right now with a walk in the 1st inning. And then he had a single back in the 3rd inning. He's got 2 runs on the day so far as well.
Toto right there having to show his quick feet, having to jump over that ball.
Does not have a run. He was called out at home, trying to steal home. And Teak Toto, looks like he's just going to be walked here for the 2nd time in the game.
Yeah, 4 pitches, 4 balls. Toto getting the base, another Cardinal leadoff man to get on base to start off an inning. Now Riley Rivera up to bat for the Cardinals.
Rivera, who had 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning there, both F4s. Here comes Toto diving for second. Here's the throw from Owens. It's not going to be in time. It was undercooked there from the catcher. And just like that, Teak Toto once again back in scoring position.
Yeah, Toto looked very comfortable on with a good lead there, and then he just took advantage and took off the sophomore, getting to second safely.
So Rivera with a 1-0 count. Infield shift as Rivera's going to bunt that down the 3rd base line, but it's going to trickle foul before it can get to the 3rd base bag. So that will even up the count, 1-1 once again for the junior second baseman.
Yeah, that was a great bunt, just a little too far to
Too
the
much
left.
sauce.
Yeah, a little
sauce.
too much sauce, if you want to call it, and it ended up going foul. But right idea, right down the line to get him to first base safely. Let's see if he could try doing it again as he's signifying bunt.
He is going to bunt it down. That's
beautiful.
going to stay fair.
Wow. Stayed fair the entire way. The pitcher tried to let the ball go foul, but just a beautiful bunt, and it just stayed fair, and the ball stood still on the line.
And that's got to be like the second or third time Riley Rivera has had just an impeccable bunt this season. And it's going to put runners on the corners. Toto will advance to third. But what a bunt there from Rivera. It definitely helps that he's right-handed as well.
Yeah, it definitely does. So now, wouldn't be too surprised if Rivera takes off to second. Deacon Moore also signifying bunt. Pulls back. Rivera stays safely at first. But yeah, Rivera has speed at first as well. Teak Toto does as well. So wouldn't be too surprised if the Cardinals would soon have 2 men in scoring position with Deacon Moore still up to bat. But got to see what Moore could do as well up on the plate.
Deacon Moore signifies bunt once again. Infield in. That's going to be popped high up in the air towards us. But it'll go foul. Zach Owens coming to retrieve the ball from the on-deck circle.
Yeah, a little too quick. So Owens not able to make any type of play with that, but Moore now with a 1-1 count in the batter's box.
Bit of, use a George Bush euphemism here, some strategery here from Jim Mayers. That's another beautiful bunt there from Deacon Moore. That'll be an RBI sacrifice bunt for the freshman. Teak Toto will make it a 6-1 ball game.
Yeah, Teak Toto knew what he had to do there, got the job done. You could tell he was going to dive head first, and he does score for the Cardinals. So Deacon Moore as well, the one getting the ball in play with a beautiful sacrifice bunt to make the lead 6-1 for the Cardinals with only 1 out and a man still in scoring position for the Cardinals as Riley Rivera is still on second base.
Yeah, Rivera in scoring position as that will bring in Aiden Poot pinch hitting for Dan Drizga. TJ Neiman also showing pinch hitting as well. Poot. We'll wait for Sataraju to kick and deal, and here it is. That's a ball just right in the strike zone, and he will start his day 1-0, or 0-1 rather. Poot batting .800 this year. He's only pinch hit 5 times, but he's had 4 hits. So Jim Mayer definitely trying to use his one of his top hitters, or most consistent hitters rather, to try and get something going, trying to drive Rivera home and open up this game.
The young freshman doing his thing out there. Aiden Poot with an .800 batting average. It's pretty wild to see, but they're a bit late on that swing. Misses that one a tad bit, so now the count is 1-2 for Poot with 1 out, man on second for the Cardinals.
And Neiman waiting in the wings for this one. And after that will bring up the top of the lineup here, top of the order rather. So Brogel around the bend behind Neiman right now. Poot at 2-2, 1 out still on the board. Sataraju trying to get out of the inning. Here's a 2-2. That's going to be really close to the zone. That might have broken the zone a little bit from my perspective, but Blue calls it out, and it's now a full count.
Yeah, we saw Poot had to take a quick little shuffle back, so close in there. He takes a good hack at that swing, but a line drive to the Knights' third baseman as we see Jeter Silvestri.
Sylvester will record the F5. So Poot goes 0 for 1 today, and it's going to bring up TJ Neiman for his first bat of the afternoon. 6 at-bats is yet to get on base. And Neiman just trying to keep the runs going. Here's a kick and deal. That's going to be fouled out of the way. High sky ball all the way back to the parking lot.
Hey, it looked like it might have done some damage to a car. Couple oohs, ahs, but the game must go on.
Fireworks going off in terms of a car alarm potentially. But here's the 0-1 for Neiman. Another foul ball there from the senior.
Neiman just down in the count early, 0-2, 2 outs. You know, still getting contact to the ball, just everything going foul. So he's almost right there to it. Brogel up next in the on-deck circle. Ball high. So first ball, 1-2, 2 outs for Newman.
Giovanni Brogel in the batter's box, or in the on-deck circle for his 4th time today. And Neiman will hit a chopper right to the third baseman. And Kerr is not going to be able to get it in time. No, it is going to be there in time. So Brogel will have to wait just a little bit more, as Neiman thought he had him beat at first rather. But Neiman will get the out on the 6-3. So that'll end the inning with the Cardinals advancing the lead one more run. 6-1 is your score going into the top of the 6th inning here. You're listening to Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Yeah. We're back here with Lawrence High School Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2. Trey Wright and Chris Aponte calling a 6-1 ball game in favor of the Cardinals. We're going to have Matthew Chi in the batter's box here leading off for the Knights as they're down 6-1 to your Cardinals. He's going to take a good pitch right in the zone and quickly go down 0-2 in the count.
That was a beautiful pitch. I'm sorry for interrupting by saying wow, but it was such a beautiful pitch to quickly get more up in the count, 0-2. See if the next pitch will serve well. Up in the air.
Fly in the air, and that's going to be just outside of play for Aiden Crowley to get. So the count remains 0-2. Deacon Moore looking for his 5th K of the afternoon. Speaking of which one of your favorite Lawrence Cardinals will be the most valuable player of the game? Listen for the Bronx MVC Most Valuable Cardinal of the Game during the Lawrence High School Baseball postgame show exclusively on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2. Kelly to Crowley, 6-3, 1 out on the board.
Yeah, beautiful fundamental play right there by Robert Kelly, just making it look easy. So 1 down on the board for the Cardinals with a 6-3 out, if you want to say it like that. 6-3, shortstop the first, you know?
Yep.
Same thing.
That'll bring up Kokarni here for his 3rd at-bat of the afternoon. An E3 and a strikeout. He is going to rip one straight to center field. Brogel calling for it, and that will be an easy F8. 2 down already. We're seeing a lot of 1-2s, but not too many 3s.
Hey, I have faith in Moore in this one, man. I think he'll get it here. I think it's pitcher versus pitcher right here. See who gets the better advantage of each other here. But I do agree so far. He has not been getting the 3 so far, so this will be a pretty key right here on what he does.
Connor Sadaraju up for his 3rd foray into the batter's box this afternoon with 2 outs, and that pitch from Deacon Moore all the way up to Sadaraju's forehead. Pitcher-on-pitcher action here as that pitch almost hit Sadaraju in the dome there. Here's the 1-0. Ball low, 2-0. Going back to the MVC, Deacon Moore, definitely my pick so far for the most valuable Cardinal of the afternoon. Has only allowed 1 run so far, but still has got 4 strikeouts, and his team is leading 6-1. Sadaraju will crack one to center field. Brogel's got it, and an easy 1-2-3 inning to end the side.
Yeah, very quick inning to end the side. Brogel right there to make the play. You saw the outfielders, Brogel, the specific one with 2 outs, but staying active there. So the Cardinals getting into the bottom of the 6 with a 6-1 lead.
Brogel, he made the last 2 outs, a pair of back-to-back F8s, and he will lead off for the Cardinals when we return to Lawrence High School Baseball here on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
You're listening to the Cardinals Play Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2. Trey Wright and Chris Aponte calling the game here at 6-1 Lawrence, and we've got a pitching change here for the Knights. Will Carter coming into the game. So Connor Sadaraju pitching 5 innings, allowing 6 runs, all 6 of them earned, and not a good outing for the senior.
Yeah, not the best of his outings here tonight, but it's coming off a very hot and inexperienced, if you may call it, or unexperienced, whichever perspective you get on it, but they are rolling hot with the 9-1 record for the Lawrence Cardinals. Hopefully to move it to 10-1 today if they could keep it up for another inning. And now Will Carter will have to face the top of the order with Giovanni Brogel up to bat.
Brogel takes a ball in the dirt for Carter's inaugural pitch of the afternoon. He has not pitched a single inning. He's allowed 1 hit, 4 runs. I assume that was probably a grand slam. 2 walks and was immediately pulled before he could complete an inning. So Will Carter definitely towards the bottom of the rotation for this North team, but they are getting desperate here. And desperate times call for desperate measures, but Giovanni Brogel looking to crack this one. He's going to drive one. Base hit through the 6-5 gap. Easy single there for the senior.
Yeah, it's exactly what you want to start off the inning. Another Cardinal to start off the inning and to get on base. So now Giovanni Brogel starting off the inning on first base with Aiden Crowley now up to bat for the Cardinals. But right there, Will Carter, that was probably his first strike of the at-bat, and Brogel just topping right on to that. He has a big lead at first. Wow. So see if he'll take off, and he does.
Brogel taking off for second. Here's the throw from Owens. It's not going to be in time, so it's going to be another stolen base there for Giovanni Brogel, his second of the afternoon. And it quickly puts him in scoring position. Aiden Crowley, who is currently 0 for 3 today, flew out to center field, was hit by a pitch, and had an E5. Both times being stranded on second base. Crowley showing bunt, but is going to be high and away, 2-0.
Yeah, Crowley right there signifying bunt to see what the Knights will do, but pulling back, once you notice it was very high, again signifying bunt, so we'll see what they could do here.
Infield in, and that's going to hit Crowley right in the buttocks. So a ball to the dome and a ball to the butt. Unfortunately for the freshman, he's getting hit with balls all day, left and right. But hey, it gets him on base, as Peter Brand would say. He gets on base.
Okay, Crowley right there taking one, but again showing the toughness of him as he doesn't just jog down the first base line, he sprints down the first base line, and I guess just helps him not think of the pain and everything like that, and just to be thankful he's on first with a man now on first and second with no out for the Cardinals. It's exactly what you want to start off the inning.
Definitely gets the adrenaline running as Robert Kelly will bunt one back to the cage. This will be runners on first and second, Brogel and Crowley, as Kelly brings up trying to drive these guys home. And it looks like Drew Dobkin in the on-deck circle. He will get a crack in the batter's box here this afternoon. Jim Maher trying to get all of his players a chance to play here. You know, easy game. As Kelly will bunt one down the first base line once again.
Kelly, you could tell, is a bit frustrated on that button, because that would have easily been called the ball if he just pulled back on it, and it did go foul down the first base line. So he wasn't very happy on that particular bunt attempt that he decided to stay on.
Definitely should ask Riley Rivera for some bunting lessons. We've seen Rivera put down 2-3 great bunts, and that's just the broadcast we've seen so far. Kelly will take a ball outside and low to go up in the count, 1-2.
Brian Liu, the freshman, now warming up for the Knights in the bullpen, so I guess we'll see if they'll bring him out. It is a bit of a struggle here so far for Will Carter with a shot that might be out of here. See you later. Robert Kelly, a 3-run blast to deep left field. Holy jumping. What a shot. Yeah, a huge shot right there by Robert Kelly to make the lead longer. He failed 2 bunt attempts. He said, you know what, I'm swinging for the fences, and he does to make it a 9-1 lead for the Cardinals. His teammates wait for him at home plate to give him a little heads up and a little salute to him for making that moonshot. And that was a deep ball by Robert Kelly.
And we haven't seen a home run in this ballpark since Jack Sweeney knocked one in the same place for Allentown last season. And now 9-1 is your score. Drew Dobkin how can you top that? The first home run of the season, number one, you mentioned at the top of the show, no home runs this season, and Robert Kelly says, screw that statistic, and goes yard.
Yeah, Robert Kelly just shutting me up, it seems like, and just going for the home run, and you know what, how can I be mad? It's a home run, we just got to win this, and it gave his team the lead, so now a 9-1 to lead. Will Carter still struggling on the mound, no outs, another ball, so trying to deal with Drew Dobkins up to bat, his first at-bat of the game here. So Drew Dobkins staying alive there with a little foul tip, 1-1. But yeah, we're just trying to see Will Carter, see if he could do something for the Knights here.
You know, I'm also glad that I actually got to use the Nationals home run line, because I've been waiting to do that for a little bit here. Dobkin will take one right down the gut, quickly go down the count, 1-2, and still no outs on the board, so the Cardinals really playing with their food here and just trying. It's still only the 6th inning, so we've still got an inning and a half to go, but 2 more runs would bring up, and it looks like, not sure what we're seeing here.
Dobkins was called for a strike 3.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, so he's a bit frustrated coming back. But now for the Cardinals, we have number 19, Josh Richrowski, coming up to bat. So we'll see what he could do. The freshman, a bunch of freshmen getting some time up to bat here to see what they could do against Will Carter.
And it looks like Rohan Kaista will come up for his second at-bat of the season so far. Vikrovsky with a batting 143, and he's going to line a moonshot right into the outfield. That'll be brought up, and he'll be safe at first, so a stand-up single for the freshman. And that will bring up Rohan Kaista, who typically closes out these kind of games. He's going to come up for a second at-bat. How you doing?
He wants a hack at the ball. He's tired of getting on the mound. He wants a chance to get up time in the batter's box, and that's what's going to get here. You know, just Cardinals right now getting a lot of opportunities here up to bat, staying alive with the new pitcher and seem to taking advantage of what he has to offer.
Yeah, Will Carter definitely bleeding a lot. Here's a fresh set. Kaista will just line one all the way up there. Easy catch by the center fielder of Matt Chi. Excuse me, no, it's going to be Wallace, the second baseman. So Kaista will get the second out, and that will bring up the fan favorite senior, Ryan Faubert. And if Ryan Faubert gets a multi-base hit, this place is going to go nuts.
Yeah, we're ready to see all his teammates up on the dugout, standing up, watching him at bat against Will Carter. Cardinals is trying to put another exclamation point into their lead here against the Knights.
Faubert had a big hit back against Princeton. He'll take one right down the gut, and he's going to want that, as that's going to be a loose ball going just barely skirting into the outfield, as Owens' throw back to Carter is going to be a little bit wild, but Wallace able to bring it back to his pitcher. 0-1.
Yeah, 0-1 for the Cardinals. I guess we'll see what Carter can do here on the mound.
Faubert takes the ball outside. He'll even up the count, 1-1. And right now, with the way these guys are playing, I'd say Notre Dame, bring it on.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that, but it's Cardinals playing, so we'll see what their emotions are after this game. It seems like they're very just serious and motivated, and it seems like they know what they want, and they're not even too excited about that. So, but it seems like they're having a lot of fun as well.
Another ball up the cut. Here's the 1-2 from Carter. Faubert is going to hit a little chopper, and that is going to get past the first baseman, and Ryan Faubert will get the single. Are they going to score it a hit, or are they going to score it an error? We'll see what the scores decide. Faubert looking to see what the jurisdiction is going to be. I believe they're probably going to score that an error, though. Hopefully it'll be a hit. We'll see what it's going to be. But right now, first and second, as Dan Drizga is going to take advantage of an error. Now runners at first, second, and third bases loaded.
Yeah, it seemed right there that Rossi wasn't able to come up with the ball, bobbling it up on the way up. So Drizga able to make it to first safely. Now the base is loaded for the Cardinals. And now Up to bat is Ben Pollock, seeing if he can redeem himself. And it should be a big at-bat for him. There's 2 outs, bases loaded. Anything could happen here. You could hack. Seeing if he can make another home run here for the Cardinals or just simply bring a run in. Ooh, high pitch right there for the Cardinals. Not too happy on that. Brogo seems a bit excited right now that the team is doing their thing. He's smiling, cheering on, and, he's rooting for his teammates here, so hopefully they can keep it up.
Well, he knows that if he can get a crack at the ball, he wants to send it yard. That's going to be fouled back from Pollock. And we'll get a little bit of a ball change there. Don't miss a pitch of Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Plug into the action via your free mobile device. Download the Bronx free. That's right, free with about 1 billion decibels and reverb. Ben Pollock will take one down low. Free mobile app, search WRRC2 in the Apple, Google Play, and Odyssey stores. Just listen to select games this season on your smartphone or tablet. And this has definitely been one of the best games we've seen so far this season, Chris.
Oh, yeah, great pitching so far throughout the game for the Cardinals. Great at-bats for the Cardinals. Patience, great contact, great and aggressive base running as well. So it's exactly what you can see out of a very competitive and high talented team, and that's what they showed out today so far.
9-1 is your score, 2-2 the count with 2 outs towards Pollock. He is going to want to take one down low, even up the count. He wants to get on base, but you also know that he wants to take a hack at it. He's still looking for his first career home run. In fact, the only person that's got a home run on this team this season, or just in their careers, is Robert Kelly.
Yeah, and he literally just did it, so right there.
Runners going.
He walks, so he ends up going to make it a 10-1 score for the Cardinals, going back to the top of the order. Giovanni Brogo up to bat, and he was excited, so see if he could hit a home run or something like that. Maybe a grand slam, a little, as you could say in Dominican Republic, a little gran salami or something like that, but I guess we'll see.
Brogo 3 for 4 this afternoon. It's going to take a strike right down the gut. We'll see if Mayer's going to play any more of his guys, but we're batting around the order in this one.
Yeah, everyone getting a chance here. The whole team is getting an opportunity to get up to bat. This is definitely going to build up their confidence for the Notre Dame game as well. As you can see, this team is so business oriented. It seems like they just want to win. They come out here serious from the jump. They do have the little up in moments, but they're very serious, and a big hack by Brogo there.
Big swing and strike from Brogo. He wants to knock one all the way to left field or even to right field. He doesn't care where he hits it. As long as it's a home run, I don't think any players would care, but hitting one all the way 402 feet deep, that is going to be a huge one, and that's a big rip to center field, but that will be brought down by Chi. So Brogo, who started off the inning with a leadoff single, ends the inning with a fly out to left field. Bases loaded, and it's going to be 10-1 here at the end of the 6th inning. Going into the 7th, a lot of work for North to do to try and get back into this game. But I think the Cardinals might have locked down this one.
Yeah, it seems like the Cardinals right now are just doing their thing, playing well, and hopefully can move that on to close this game out.
So we got Sylvester, Owens, and Wallace up to bat here for North when we return to Lawrence High School baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Welcome back to Lawrence High School baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2. Trey Wright alongside Chris Aponte, and stretch out, ladies and gentlemen. It is the 7th inning. Cardinals up 10-1, and got a pitching change here as Deacon Moore's going to be done for the afternoon, only allowing 1 hit. Has had 4 strikeouts on the day. And I think is going to be our Cardinal our most valuable Cardinal, Chris.
Yeah, and I definitely think it is. He should be up for contention for Cardinal of the day. But a couple changes out on the field for the Cardinals as we have a pitching change with Drozga up on the mound now, trying to close out this game for the Cardinals with a 10-1 lead on the top of the 7th inning.
So Jeter Sylvester will come up to the plate. Has got a lot of field changes here. So now at catcher is going to be Connor Williver. Third base is going to be populated by Ben Hagan. Second base, Uriel Guzman. Then first base is still Aiden Crowley. Second base is going to be Guzman. Shortstop, looks like that's going to be That's still going to be Robert Kelly. So not a full sale position change. Actually, I believe Aiden Poot is now playing right field in place of Teak Toto.
Bunch of freshmen out on the field now. Freshman catcher, freshman third baseman, freshman second baseman. So
definitely the talk of the freshies. As Drizga will throw the heat right in the strike zone. 1-1 is the count, 10-1 is the score, and hopefully that will be the Cardinals' record in the span of a couple of minutes, but that is going to be right off of the second base bag. Dan Drizga will not have the no-hitter, as Sylvester will get to first base off the single.
Yeah, a quick single for the Knights to start off the top of the 7th. Now to bat for the Knights, Zach Owens. And now the Knights is trying to see if they could get runners in. You know, maybe not a huge comeback perspective you could have. I mean, they need one to win, but you don't really want to go point by point to come back with a deficit this big.
Owens 0 for 2 today, 6-3 and 5-3 is his stat line as he takes a ball right down the gut, so he goes down 0-1. Drizga, if I'm not mistaken, he's pitched 2.2 innings, so trying to close out this one for the Cardinals. He's allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 5 walks, and has got 2 strikeouts for an ERA of 6.75. That hit is ballooned up to 3. So the junior just trying to close this one out for Lawrence, but what an all-around great game for the Cards. Definitely capped off by Robert Kelly's home run. And that's Drizga's gonna give Owens a little bit of dome there. No harm, no foul. But now runners on first and second. You do not want to give North any sort of life here.
Yeah, it seemed like the ball chipped the helmet of Owens there. So, you know, nothing new for a catcher, but, you know, now he at least gets warded a base. So Owens now with a huge lead to the bag, just knowing no one will throw the ball back to first. Now with Dalen Wallace up to bat for the Knights.
Wallace, as that ball will go through Williver's legs. Runners on second and third. And Jim Mayer's going to go talk his pitcher down just a little bit. You know, just trying to calm him down. You know, a lot of nerves. This is a big game for Dan Drizga. His first game back in 6 games. You know, and he's missed this entire winning streak. The only loss against Pennington he was out for. Then you've got the 6 games, so Drizga, again, big game for him, big moment, trying to get his team to double-digit wins for the first time since 1997, I want to say, because that's the year that everybody's talking about, 97, the 26 years mark, the first time this team has had a winning record at this stage in the season since that year, Chris.
Yeah, it's a super long time before both of us were born, so it's pretty crazy to say something like that, a statement like that. So a great pitch by Drizga, allowing the ball to be in play for his teammates, and can they make a double play? It's a great throw.
It's going to be a double play.
Oh.
Can he get out at third? No, he cannot.
Yeah, it was a great throw by the center fielder. Is that Brogel who is out there? It is Brogel with a great throw, just a little too far left and third baseman not able to bring it in.
Yeah, the wind screwing with it just a little bit. That will bring Sylvester home, so it'll be a 10-2 game. And now that pitch is going to go past Williver. Connor Williver struggling a little bit there in the catcher position. Drizga just trying to get out of this game, just trying to close things out. So Wallace with the sac fly, the sac RBI. That will bring up Ravi Zankar. That's going to be fouled off. 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1 for the Cardinals with 1 out, man on third for the Knights. But they do have a comfortable lead here, 10-2 in the 7th inning.
That's going to be fouled back into the parking lot.
That might be.
Oh, and that just dinged the passenger side door of a Volvo back in there. Thankfully, it ricocheted off the ground, but that's definitely going to be some body work.
Oh, yeah, definitely a little dent or damage in there. Hopefully a suction cup will be able to bring it out, but hopefully not too much paint has been chipped off.
Up the middle, Guzman gets it to Crowley. Excuse me, that's Robert Kelly still. But that'll make it a 10-3 game as Wallace will get to home. But 2 outs on the board, and It's going to bring up Sue for the third time this afternoon.
High pitch right there by Drizga, but making it a 1-0 count. 1 ball, no strikes. And up to bat for the Knights is Arjan Sue.
He'll make it be quick 2-0 there for Dan Drizga, who's allowed 2 runs so far. So the final score likely not going to match the winning record like we would have liked it to.
That would have been pretty cool. I wasn't even thinking about that.
But still, it'll be, you know, a good win. You know, it's just getting these young players some experience. Again, they're all freshmen, so you don't expect them to all be like Derek Jeter, as that's going to be a ball 4 from Drizga that'll put Sue on board. That'll bring back to the top of the order Robert Rossi.
Not too sure what's going on. Not too sure what's going on, but it seemed like there could be an issue that happened in the dugout for the Knights.
Let's see here. Somebody maybe got hit with, I don't know if somebody got hit with something. Not sure if it's a part of the bat that chipped or
Someone
what's going on. Someone is definitely down in.
might have passed out in there.
Oh.
Not too sure, though. Don't quote me on that.
Play will keep going. And popped up into the air. They're going to add a play into the parking lot from Rossi, who's 0 for 3 so far. Rossi just trying to keep the runs coming.
I think it just might be a nosebleed.
Rossi will crank one to center field. Brogel's going, and he's got it. Call it double-digit wins. The Cardinals take care of business. 10-3 your final score over the West Windsor-Plainsboro North Knights. 10-1 on the season. What a start, Chris.
Yeah, what a start. What a game here for the Cardinals. A 10-3 win against the Knights here. We saw great play on the defensive side from every defensive position you could pretty much say. We saw great pitching, great hitting, great walks, great vision at the batter's box. So not too much to complain about if you're Jim Mayer here, and a lot of good things to talk about for the following game against the Notre Dame.
Exactly. So great one here today, but you got to look forward ahead. But before we come off the air, we're going to do a little bit of a post-game rundown and then talk to your most valuable Cardinal of the day. We'll be right back with more Lawrence Cardinals baseball right here on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.